Welcome, Sketchbook Heroes and Sketchbook Warriors. We're here battling out some new drawings. We got the battle. We start off simple, and then we go off a little more difficult, take on these challenges. Do the best you can. It's all practice. Lessons will be up on sketchbookhero.com soon. I'm feeling it this month. So here's our drawing for tonight. We're going to start off with this lamb. We're going to come in like a lamb, or sorry, it came in like a lion, I think, with all the storms we've been having lately. And then we've got a lion. I don't know, how does that saying go? So somebody put it in the chat. We were talking about it earlier. And then
March,
go ahead.
March comes in like a lion, it goes out like a lamb.
So March kind of came in. Did it come in as a lion? I think it did. So it's going to go out as a lamb, I think. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it was quite. We've had snow and blizzards and people still stuck right now in San Bernardino Mountains, which is interesting. They've actually made an emergency. All right, so we're going to do our lamb first, and then I don't know what order we're going to do these. I just haven't had a chance to put these. We have this is famous artist Paul Gauguin. We're going to do some perspective, simple drawing. This will be one of the early ones, definitely. This one's one of the later ones. Speaking of lions, tigers, and bears, and we have this little building. We'll see what we get to. I've seen this one's a tough, actually tough. I like the tree, but a tough Winnie the Pooh because it's so
I thought
small.
we could possibly do one or the other, just the landscape or just Pooh.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. And letters. This is actually, we haven't really ever done or talked about letters. This would be good to do. And then this one later on tonight, and this probably later on as well. Flowers. Yeah, that'll probably be sometime in the middle. So let's, and then this one, we'll do this one second. So we'll start off with the, or maybe even third. We'll take votes unless somebody finds a better lion. This one looks like a cat. Well, they're both little cats, but let's start off with this. Here we go with our and I'll put this in the chat. I think I did I don't know if I did.
You put it in the chat, but I can't open it. It doesn't. It just opens an Internet Explorer screen, but it doesn't actually download.
Oh, yeah.
It does. I haven't found it.
Okay, well, let me screenshot it then. That actually helps. I can screenshot it. There we go. There's screenshot capture. And then now let's break it apart. Oh, actually, let's send it to everybody. There you go. And then I'm going to break it apart. Let's and this one's really simple. This is what I usually do. And this is what you should do. Try to see the big shapes first. Those of you who are brand new here, we try to see the big shapes first. And where do we see that? If we're just using a big circle. It's a little bit on the oval side, but and there's a lot of circles in it, but we want to see the big shapes first. This really helps. And I call this the ratio, the height and the width. And the height and the width is pretty almost 1-to-1, especially this whole body here. And this helps us place the drawing, see how big it's going to be. And then you start seeing the parts and the whole and start putting it together. And this is how I draw from something simple like this to something more complex. So this is how we do it. This is how we do it, right? And it's all about the how. And it's about the practice, and it's not about perfection. Don't worry if it's not perfect. What's important is the practice, practice. And people get caught up in trying to make things perfect. And that's okay. It's good, but you got to learn to let go as well. It's like, okay, I did my best. Do your best. All right, you can see the head, especially the face part right in here. I can put a circle. You can see that circle. And then it's actually stretched out. It's on like an egg. It stretches out to the top up there. And what's the ratio on that one? That's definitely, I don't know. It's almost, I would say it's a little less than 1/2. And what I mean by 1/2, for those of you who are new, is here's our circle. Let's see the width. Let's get it a little bigger. Hold down shift. Yeah, there we go. That's about 1. It's about that. That's 1. And if I bring that, see, it's right in that middle of the eyes, and then I bring that up right there. Yeah, it's about 1.5. 1.5. Probably, yeah, it's about 1.5. If you do 1.5, that would be good. So it's the width is 1, and if we get the height, it's the 1 + 1/2. That gets us the height. And then you've got this egg shape, which is a little complex. And then you have the circle eyes, which are in that top half. Or that circle, that part. All right, I think that's that. I don't know if I can break it down any more than that. I can, but yeah, we'll just keep it simple like this today. All right, let's jump into it. Oh, let me put that in the chat. Oops. Yeah, well, I can still put it. Oh, no, I lost it. That's okay. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is our first drawing of the night. Just get started, and it's good to warm up. And you can actually, if you have experience, you can draw more than one of these. You have to go at your own pace. We do pick up the pace throughout the night. So you go find your pace, find what your pace. So we're gonna draw just a circle. I'm just gonna I usually draw lighter than this, sketch it out. And over time, you don't even have to do a lot of this stuff. It just kind of comes together. So here's my first circle, and then my second circle, which is, I think it was somewhere around there. Let me see. It's about halfway. So if we halfway this circle. So I'm just getting blocking everything out, kind of where everything kind of goes, how everything kind of fits. And the second circle is kind of like right in there. I know that the body is going to go outside of that. But this is kind of like that other circle. And circles are great because they have the same height, same width. So no matter how small I draw it, or how big I draw it, your proportions and everything's going to be the same. And that's what people struggle with. And I can draw it this small. Let's see, I'm actually drawing another one over here on this other side. Right. So, and seeing the relationships, how do all these shapes relate? Right. It's like a puzzle. Every time you draw something, it's like a puzzle. Looking at the shapes and looking at how everything kind of goes. All right. And we did say that the top part is about half the size of this width, which is half the size of the height. It's a circle. It's the same height, same width. So we're going to go like maybe up here. I'm just eyeballing it. Probably, yeah, about right there. And then it's from here, this kind of creating an egg shape, adding that onto my circle. And it is like the head is like an egg shape. See, well, there it is. There's my head. It's around, yeah, and it's pretty pointy actually. Kind of like that. It's got an egg shape. And then my eyes, I know they're going to be somewhere in here. And this one's more of a circle. And I already have like my axis line right there. So there's my body, there's the head, and then the feet are going to just stick out right in there. And let's get going. All right, I'm going to zoom in on the head. Zoom in. There we go. Oh, not so much. And let's do the eyes. The eyes are in this area up in here, and you can actually, try to see them as one shape, like especially the big eye on this side, and kind of see the big stuff. You almost want to focus out, and then big shapes first, and then smaller shapes. So I can see how they're going to fit like right in here, because this one's going to be a circle, like right about in there, and the other one's more of an oval, right about in there. Right, and look at all my scribbling, and it's a sketch, right? We're sketching it in, and this is a good way to start your drawing. You sketch it, and then on top, we can actually get a marker and just make a clean drawing from our sketch. All right, it's kind of sketchy, but that's the process. This is the process. We praise the process. We don't praise perfection. We don't praise the product either, really. I mean, that's what people see and they say, oh, wow, that looks nice. But what it really is the process. How did we do this? What's the how, right? It's the how, the process. All right, so there's my circle right there. Here I can see where my eye is going to fit, that big eye. And then the next one is going to be next to it that actually sticks out. Ooh, notice the relationship. This eye actually sticks out as well. I got to make it a little bigger. Yeah, or make the background a little bit smaller. Yeah, because there's overlap. Now that relationship. Okay, so I've got my circle there, and then I know this one is going to go out as well. I've got it going out there. Really interesting. So I'm probably getting it. There we go. There's my two eyes. There they are. I'm using an HB outline drawing pencil tonight, HB. Doesn't matter. You can use anything for those of you who are starting new. When you're first starting, what's important is the structure. We just focus on lines and shapes. The next level, after first level, lines and shapes, is form. Form is a intermediate. Once you start hitting form, you're understanding intermediate concepts, because form is difficult. And then later is texture and shading and value and color. But, you know, we don't really talk about that too much in this class. All right, let's see the pupils and how do they fit. So I can see this here is half, and it's going to be in this half, this pupil, and it's like pretty close. I think it's a little bit below the center. So if it's, here's the center, if I were to do my axis lines there, it's somewhere right in here, right in there, just a little bit below that middle line. And that's it. Every drawing is a puzzle, and it's putting all these pieces together. There's the pupil. It's got a pupil. It's dark on the outside, and then on the inside, it's there's a little bit of a value. So I'm already going to shade it in. There's one eye. There you go. Sleep with one eye open. All right. All right. There we go. Exit light. And then on this one, the eyes line up, the pupils line up. So if we find the center there, and it's here as well on this side. It's probably on the center of this half of this oval for that eye, and then it lines up here. And if you need to do guidelines, that helps too. Do a guideline from the top to the bottom. You know, all this is to help to line things up, and then you draw the other pupil right about there, about the same size on that half. And we do speed it up. Sometimes I go too fast, but that's it. I mean, you gotta, I don't know, keep up. There's the two eyes. All right, that looks good. I think I have too much headspace. I could make it smaller. That's okay. Not a big deal. Yeah, it's a little too much headspace. If I want to shoot for accuracy, I can at this point bring it down, and I guess I will, just slightly. There's a little bit less headspace, and you can make these adjustments. That's not a big deal. You don't have to. That's the thing. I'm always looking at seeing how everything fits, how it kind of goes. I can see this, and I know how, like in here, there was like a circle space or circle shape, same height, same width on that muzzle of that lamb. And here we go. I'm just gonna try to get it with one stroke. I'm going darker here. I can always save this for a marker afterwards as well. All right, there's the head. The nose is off center a little bit, so we have our center line here. It's going to be a little bit to the left of the middle of our axis line, like that. And then it echoes the bottom part. So this bottom part, the nose, that kind of echoes like right in there from here to there. And we can actually, I don't know, fractions, see the fractions, kind of like this is half of the circle. Yeah, actually, ooh, the eyes do rest on the center. It looks like it's resting on the center there. And then this would be probably a fourth of the way down from the center. Yeah, that's half, and then half again. Yeah, but it's on the left side, There's the nose. And then we've got a little smile, which is a kind of like a tapered tail. It's more of a shark fin, I think. Tapered tails, I think I have like a little more of an S curve, but yeah, it does taper. It does get smaller as it goes up. A little shark fin right there for a mouth. And then you've got the little cheek. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right. Seeing some familiar faces out there. Awesome. All right. Trivia question for the day. What is known as the Windy City? Chic. What is the, yeah, the Windy City. That's great. Am I giving the answers? Ellen, are you giving prizes?
I only sent it to you because I thought it was so easy everyone would.
Oh, I didn't realize you. I thought you sent it to everybody.
In this situation, I only sent it to you, so you had a chance to answer before someone else piped in.
Oh, I just did.
Yeah.
You're testing me. That's great. Good. Test me. I love questions. That's the thing. As learners, you should be loving questions. You should be like, wow, how did you do that? What is this? What is that? You really got to have the mind of a child to really, I mean, that's the thing, you know, everybody's born an artist. That the challenge is remaining one. You know, that's Picasso says that. All right, now this eyebrow is really interesting. The eyebrow, the top is really simple, right? The top is just kind of like a bow like this. The bottom part is a little more complex. You can actually copy that like that, but then there's it gets a little bit bigger and smaller right in there. See, there's like a little bit of a bump in here that on this eyebrow. Same thing on the other side. It's the other eyebrow, which is floating way up here. So you have one right in here like this. I can kind of sketch it in where it's going to kind of go. And then the other one is up floating up in space up here. Up there somewhere. All right, let's put them in. I like the way it looks over here. But yeah, the top is really simple, just round it right in there. And then the bottom kind of echoes it, but then it does get a little bit wider as it goes towards the center. A little wider and then up. And there's a little point. I'm gonna try to do the best you can to copy what you see. See how it fits, and it's all pretty dark. So there's overlapping. And I can clean it up too. I can get my eraser and clean up all this stuff on the outside. As you can see all my sketching in there. And then we got a floating eyebrow way up here. Floating eyebrow up here. So let's do that one right in there. I'm ignoring those sketches up there because I said, hey, it should be lower. You gotta, yeah, feel free to make those adjustments. This is like sharpshooters. Sharpshooters, they shoot and then they aim because they see where, okay, oh, that first shot was too high and I got to go a little bit lower. And then see, I can go lower and correct it and to make it darker. Make those corrections. Yeah, see, with very little erasing. So you practice your drawing, not your erasing. And you see, I mean, all that sketching and stuff could be shading. All right, let's get those ears on there, and then we're almost done. We got all the heart stuff. All right, so the ears, I can see how far they go out. I can actually even almost imagine them as circles here. And then whatever works. I mean, there's like circles at the ends, and then it's kind of attached. So it attaches itself to the kind of the eye there, and then they kind of droop like right there. See, it droops from there all the way around there and then back. Right, and you have that rounded shape. And then same thing with the other one. Oh yeah, my eyes should be sticking out a little bit more. Yeah, you know what, they should be bigger, and that's that. Yeah, well, I can make the face a little bit smaller. Yeah, I messed that one. That's all right. I'm gonna have to stick the ears out. They're gonna have to stick out. So yeah, my drawing's not that accurate. That's okay. What's important is the process. And if I wanted to, I can go back and, hey, let's go do it again. But it's all right. It's all right. I think when I do my small one over here, I'll do my small one really quick. It'll probably be more accurate. Oh, there it is, the head. That's it. I'm happy with it. Not 100%, but it's all good. It's hard to always be 100% happy. But it's good. And we're drawing. That's great. All right, so here we go. So now the body, we see the circle here. Now there's a lot of little circles around it, and it's just seeing them. There's going to be one, and kind of getting a feel for it. There's three, like from here to here down to this bottom. There's three. You've got this one that's about a half, and then you've got three in here. So I usually see how many they are and how it fits. So I try to find the center one. So the one right in here, there's probably like a circle right in there. And then there's going to be one above it and one below it. So, you know, I can adjust it. There's 1, 2, and then 3. Bam, right there. There's those 3 circles. That's 3. And then there's which actually should probably be a little bit bigger. See, I can still adjust, making it bigger because it should go below the mouth, probably a little closer to the right. That's all right. So there's our 3, and then we've got including this one, even though this one's still there. I like seeing things in threes. We can use this one, and then they say there's 3 more at the bottom, this bottom part. So this one, actually, this one like right below. There's 1, 2, and then 3. These 3 that are below. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and that's good in grouping them. I can see this as one group. That's those 3 that are at the bottom. And then we've got another 3, like up to, this is where the feet kind of come out right here. I can see that foot come out right in there. And these 3 that are at the bottom. And this one I'm using twice. That's all, it's all good. It works for me. And then we've got another one here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 3 more right in there. And if you're a speed racer, I know there's somebody that was speed drawing on Tuesday. You can go faster. You can go. You don't have to do this. You can just do it. But I'm just breaking it down. So there's those 3, and then I've got another 3 actually as it turns over, and they look smaller. Definitely, they don't stick out as much. So there's 1, 2, and then 3.5. 3, right there to the middle of the top, and then a half. But I think I did my proportions are slightly off, and that's okay. I can see it and accept it and just let it go. I just got to work on my proportions a little bit. I'm a little bit off. It's hard to draw and talk. It really is. It really is a challenge to draw and talk and describe, and lots going on. And the lion coming in as a lion and coming in as a lamb. Definitely came in as a lion. Yeah, March came in as a lion. Yep. And this lines are really thick. There's a thickness in this line of this drawing. It's done with a computer. Definitely, sometimes you can't tell. This definitely is done with a computer. I should get a marker. And so we got this black marker here, and then now I can just easily make those thick lines, and then just go around the thickness of line. Yeah, and do my drawings here. So just going around the circles. Around the outside. There we go. And then on this drawing here too, the thickness of the line. I don't know if anybody's found a lion drawing. Into my eyes. Yeah, I don't like that line. I've seen nicer ones. I did see what did I see? I saw a giant sculpture of a lion, and that was pretty cool. Just recently this week. That was wow. Yeah, the lion was a theme though. A couple times. Huh. Trying to think back why. Oh, I know why. I remember somebody was at a meeting and there was an uproar. So I was looking for there was an uproar at the meeting. So I was looking for a lion, and that's where that came from. That's right. It just came back to me. You get old timers. They're forgetting stuff.
I just added a picture. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just added a picture of Linus the Lion-Hearted.
Oh, okay. We'll take a look. All right, almost done with this whole lamb, lion alliteration. I mean, are we doing good? Oh yeah, we're doing good. It's looking good on that. Sometimes I'm too close, too big, too small. Most of the time I'm too small. There we go. Oh, there we go. There's our lamb. And then we got the feet. The feet are just little ovals, but we can block them in. And I like seeing them as one shape. So, I mean, I can see it's here, and then I can see it here, and I can see this as one shape, and then just break that down into 2. But it's really got to see the big shapes. And that is one here, this back here. There's the other one right about that big. Let's see, I probably maybe bring it a little bit lower. And there is a shadow. It's got an oval shadow like this. See, really nice oval shadow underneath. Because it is a sphere. Technically it is a sphere. All right, so here we're gonna make these lamb legs, lamb chops. One's a little bit smaller, one's a little bigger. There we go. And then, and I noticed too, the angle I'm getting, the angle, I do see them together, and I see the angle, how they taper or kind of like triangulate inward. There we go. Here's the other one. And then here's watch my spacing, a little bit more space between them. There we go. And then now I can go in there, my marker. And there we go. Let's go from left to right. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. Our lamb is done. All right, let's see what lions we got. Lions. Ooh, there's Marvin the Martian. I got to refresh. Refresh. Let's see. Oh, those letters. Letters are gonna be fun. Oh, that's a cute lion. I like that one with a bird. A little blurry, but good. Let's share my screen. And we got more people here tonight. Welcome. All right, so you missed that easy, simple, not easy. I can't say easy. Something, whatever. It's hard if you know, everything's hard if you don't know how. And then let me see. Everything's hard, but it's flying a plane is easy if you know how. I just lost my chat, but I think I saw something addressed to me. Corey, welcome. Yeah, to your first class. Where are you from? I'm from Oregon. A lot of you, of course, is from LA area. That's me. I'm glad seeing you guys doing stuff in the chat. So here's our lion, Linus, the lion-hearted. Really interesting. It's a very, you know, it's like a heart-shaped head, but notice the ratio, height to the width. Notice the angle. We use RAP to draw ratios, angles, proportions in practice, and I have to get those lessons together. Yeah, well, let's see. And you can see the body compared to the head, the hands and stuff like that. Let's see.
How'd your classes go yesterday?
Yesterday, oh, the class. Oh, yeah, I took a picture really well. Yeah, really well, actually. There was yeah, I taught a little girl special needs. Yeah, it actually went really well. Let me say I took one picture. Where's that at? Oh, you got to see a picture of my granddaughter, sorry. My daughter. She's oh, there's this picture. Oh, let me see. Well, let's break this down and then we'll show pictures. All right, sorry. Yeah, I'm deviating. Some people, we're here to focus and we're here to draw. Focus. All right, here, let me see. So yeah, feel free to go ahead and do your own drawing. We go at a certain pace. Some of you probably even shading or working on maybe our second. Ooh, we didn't even do the second lamb like I thought I would. I'm a little scattered. It's okay. Let's see. Where's my tools? Am I sharing my screen? No, yes, I am. Is the chat in the way? Yes, it is. All right, here we go. All right, so here we go. So the head is definitely a circle shape. And once I put the circle shape on there, it kind of helps seeing how it all kind of relates to that circle. So there's that circle. Then we've got the body. The body's, you can see a circle in here. It's definitely, you know, you can see the width compared to the height. That's the ratio. And you can see that and how it relates to the head. Oh, another thing to do too is find that center, which was right about there. And you can see how that whole body is to the left of the head, right? So it kind of like swoops in and then swoops out. See that lollipop of the head. And that's good to see. So then you see the relationship of the body to the head. You got to see these big things. All right, let's see. There's the body here. If I go really big, you can see that circle there. Yeah, it cuts in a little bit, cuts in like a bean shape. There's a bean shape in here. And then that same circle is that same, well, just about there. So you can see how it relates to the feet, right? That same circle here, bring that down. You can see that's how about that's the size of the legs. It comes down to there. You're looking at making these adjustments, and that's why you see artists with their thumbs and kind of making these. They make these evaluations or observations. And you see the tail kind of come out compared to the head. You can see it. Let's do a quick line from the side of the head out to the tail, and that helps too. That helps too. Helps kind of see. I see this at big shape, like this big shape too. You can see this almost even broken in half that way. And it's almost like you're focusing in and out, trying to see this as an artist. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna draw the bird tonight. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in there. All right. So let's screenshot it this time. Let's screenshot it. I didn't screenshot it last time. Up in the chat. Yeah, feel free to throw stuff in the chat. I really love questions. Questions. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's where the learning is. And so we're afraid to ask questions sometimes. It's like, there's always the comedians who are talking about the guys who are afraid to ask for directions. Same thing. I know you feel, you know what? It's there's a quote I had in my classroom. It's better to be a fool for a second than a fool for life. A fool for a minute. Yeah, so you feel bad, like, oh, okay, but then then you learn, you become enlightened through questions. It's the power of questions. All right, there's that, and that's how I've gotten this, by asking questions, being curious. Stop sharing. I'm going to put it in. Let's see. I don't know what works better, if you want me to copy the image address or if you want me to do another post. You can click in the chat on the picture and it will bring it down. Let's see. Let me one more copy. Put it in the chat. There we go. All right, here we go. There's the lion, and I ain't lying. There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna go horizontal. It's horizontal with my paper. There we go. That'll make it fit better. All right, so we got our circle, and you know what? This circle, I didn't compare it to the body, but I think it's almost as big as the body. So I'm gonna start with my circle up here. I think it's the body's a little bit more. So the circle's up here. I don't know, I'm gonna break it up, that's good. But there's my circle for the head, and the body is down below, or the size of the whole is about two circles high. It's about 2. Yep. There is an axis line, and I don't know. Focus, Chavez. Be in the moment. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're drawing, you really have to be observing and seeing. There's an angle to this whole head. This angle here, and what's that word? Perpendicular. Ooh, math words. Perpendicular is that's at a 90 degrees right here. Geometry. There we go. That's what we're looking at, because the whole cheek and the whole face kind of is at that angle.
I think we have a question regarding your writing utensil.
Ah, yes. Am I using HB? Yes, I'm using an HB now for the tracing, sketching each time. I used an HB. Yes, actually, this is a different HB book pencil, but the other one was an HB as well. They're both HBs. Yeah, HB is right in the middle. It's HB is good. You can use anything. I can even use a pen, or for the first 2 years, actually about 2 years, I used nothing but a pen. Pen. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and find the middle of this, and then know that the body is kind of like right underneath there in that space, and then another circle for the feet. And I'm just kind of blocking it in, but I remember the middle of this circle, if it came down, it's to the left of this. So if I can imagine 2 circles, and I can make them bigger or smaller, like a number 8 in here, because the one is going to be for the body, and the other one's just a placeholder for the feet. The feet that's how far apart the feet are. So I'm looking at my spacing, looking at how it all kind of fits. And then even the hand, there's the hand that kind of goes in here. And it's kind of a triangular, right in there, because it goes over the body. That triangle, and see how it fits right in there. The other hand goes behind, and then it swoops out with the tail. We did see the tail come out to here, right? With this angle here does help come out and helps you with that tail that's going to be out here somewhere. All right, let's zoom in. I'm going to zoom in on now that I have everything blocked out. I'm going to zoom in on the face. There's a lot going on in there, and I didn't really break it down too well. I feel like going back in there and breaking that down. So there's a lot happening, but it goes along this shape. All right, so why don't I just go ahead and do it? Yeah, here we go. So it's usually the head is a circle shape like that, and it's this star shape that kind of goes around this chin right in there, coming up and then out. And there's a little bit of extra space on this side, so it's facing the left. I can bring it out more. See, I can add to it by sketching it in lightly. There we go. I am an introvert too, so somebody was asking, how do you do it? Well, I just talk, and I don't know. When I first started teaching, and I had 6th graders, so it was kind of like a little bit easier. And then just practice. That's the power of practice. All right, so there's the shape of the head. You can see the cheeks kind of coming out, probably a little bit more. I'm giving a little more shape, this angle here on that cheek, and how this swoops in. We do pick up the speed, so I'm gonna start picking up the speed a little bit. Especially, we got Marvin the Martian next. Marvin. All right. Okay, we got one ear right in here, circle shape for the ear, another circle shape for the ear. And it's kind of like a 3/4 view. The nose is on this left side, way out here, because it sticks out in this triangular nose right in there. And the eye overlaps. There's interesting, the eye overlaps the nose, which it usually doesn't happen, only in cartoons. Because the eyes are usually behind, but they want to use expression, so they kind of, I guess, put the eye right on top of this nose. But you can see how it kind of all fits. Let me see, how's that looking? There you go. We got the 2 eyes. Let me see. We got one eye that's like right on the middle of our nose, and it's overlapping right in there, and then the other eye behind all that stuff way over here comes out. It's bigger. This eye is bigger on the right. Okay, notice the placement. Notice how it fits. Notice the negative space as well. That's the space around it. Right. Here we go. And then, was it? Exit stage left. I think that was a panther. Snagglepuss. All right, here we go. We're going to draw the eye pupil. There's a pupil looking to the left. And then we got the other pupil right here on that eye. There we go. If you can get this triangle and get the eyes and how it fits. Notice how it fits. Everything's to the left, because it is a 3/4 view on this lion. Really pretty head. Those axis lines, hopefully those helped. We got the nose coming in, this little line on the lion. There we go. And then we got the whole underneath, this little U, and then like an M on this side. Well, this is a cheek line. This is like a cheek line, and then it curves in and around like this, like a little right there. And then it attaches itself to this U shape right in there. Yeah, this is more complex. This is more complex. This is a little bit more of a challenge than the lamb one. So you got to know where your challenge is. Take on those challenges. I'm going to shade in the nose just for the heck of it. There we go. The eye overlaps that. Really kind of cute, interesting choice. There's my mouth. Notice how it's smaller on the left, bigger on the right. I gotta notice that. All right. That's simplified. Now these circles for the ears do attach. So they are attached. They kind of go around like this and they're attached. Like that. Goes out, in, down. The chin actually, there's a little bit of a straightness on that bottom chin right there. Slight. And then this angle here, look at that angle, this one right here, bam. And then it comes back up and through. There we go. And then we're going to attach this other ear. We're going to attach it to it's attached. Up and around. This one's probably, and I actually even see, and I didn't even talk about this, the axis line on this ear. It does have an axis line. This as well has an axis line. I would probably say it like that. And I see this stuff. I don't always mention it. All shapes have axis lines. You got to learn to see them. Helps you with direction, helps you with more accuracy. All shapes have axis lines. Sometimes they're hard to see, but it does help. All right, here we go. This is the middle of the heart, right about in here. The middle of the heart on the hair. I know it's going to be right in here. This spire between the ears. That's the heart, and it's going to kind of come out here. I'm just sketching it, seeing how it fits. It's going to come out there and comes down to the body. Comes down to the body around here as well, and this comes out as well. And that's all it is. It's just this circle shape, and I'm getting a pencil kind of pushing it in to make that heart shape. And this kind of comes out as a heart shape. See, I'm pushing that out a little bit more. See that circular shape right in there. That's the big shape. And then you've got the spikes on it, right? So there's a spike right up in here, right on that corner. There's a spike there, another spike over here, and another spike right about there. There's 3 of them on the left, kind of putting the points where they're at. And then on the right, there's 2. One right about here, and then another one right about here, close to this cheek, right about there. Right. So then now all I need to do is go from the center, go out to the point, and then bring it in slightly, like a little shark fin. There we go. There's that. And then it just comes back out onto the next point, kind of like that. And then we go in and then out to the next point again. There we go. There's that. See? Bam. Bring it in and then out to the body. Body's going to be there. Comes in. Goes. All right. That's the left side. The right side just barely, actually really like a tangent, goes over that ear slightly. It's touching to our point. Here we go. To the point. Then it goes in. Then it goes out to our point again. There it is. And back in. And then back down. And I think there's another little point down here too. And usually the mane goes down to the down to a tip. There we go. The rain, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plains. So we're talking, we got our Spain theme. There we go. The blossoms in Washington, D.C., I've been hearing about in the news, are peaking. They're peaking early because of the GW. What's the GW? Yeah, the global warming. The GW. All right, all we need actually for the lion's face is the eyebrows and the whiskers. We still need those. So let's zoom in on the face and do the eyebrows and the whiskers. I feel like I'm like, oh man, are we gonna do the we gotta speed up. I like the Marvin the Martian. I've drawn him several times.
Someone requested science fiction. That's the
Ooh.
closest I could get.
Oh, science fiction. Hi, today's my
Yeah.
first day of class, Jasmine, and from ROC. Really enjoyed the class, and we'll definitely be back for more. I'll have to log off for the day, but can't wait to join again. Okay, we're here every Thursday. Linus is the one who lines up the fun. He's the host of which we boast. Is that like an old comic strip or something? I don't know. What's interesting.
TV, a Saturday morning TV cartoon.
Oh, really? I don't remember
You,
that one.
you usually know them all.
I usually I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one. Yeah, Snagglepuss, that was an interesting character. All right, the hand, we're definitely going to do the hand. Okay, oh, the whiskers still. We got the eyebrows. I think looking back and forth and seeing, I don't know, my spacing's off a little bit. It's all good. All right, I can again see, let's do the left side whiskers first, and then we'll do the right side. I kind of see the shape, the shape, the big shape first, because it does taper out. Try to see this big shape first. See the big shape with all the whiskers in it together first. If you just throw the whiskers in there, you're gonna lose this taper. You're gonna lose this feel. This is really important to see this shape first, right? That shape, because then from there, that's it. You have the top whisker. That's the top whisker right there. You have the bottom whisker, and then the one in the middle. That's it. The one in the middle. Right, but you want to see it as a shape, because then that makes it a lot more accurate. See, boom, there it is. There's whiskers on the left, and then here, right in there, starting from here, and then we got whiskers on the right. I don't know. So if I got that, if I got the right question that somebody asked. Somebody left us there because we started drawing too many cartoons. Actually, because we actually weren't drawing cartoons for a while. I don't know, we've drawn so many different things. All right, here we go. This shape there. And the bottom whisker here is actually not in the middle, not off the center, but the top and the middle, they get that shape. So let's do that top whisker. Oh, it looks like there's a kind of like a line that I missed. Up there, it could be part of his eye, that line in there. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's do this whisker. Goes up to there. There's the top whisker. Here's the bottom whisker. And then the middle whisker is a little bit is not in the center. It's a little bit lower than the middle. Right in there. Bam. There's our lion. I'm like so tempted to do like Snagglepuss, his voice. Even, not even. Exit stage left. All right, here we go. Let's do this hand. I don't know if are you using, okay. I don't know, was there another question? I don't see any other questions. What is the square root of 9? Probably mean art questions, but I don't have any. The square root of 9, the square root of 10. Wait a minute. Square root of 9 is 3? Yeah, 3 times 3 is 9.
Correct.
Yeah, I probably meant, but yeah, no, that's good. You're testing me, testing my knowledge and skills. That's what it's about, knowledge and skills. And that's drawing is a skill. You can learn to draw. All right, and seeing big shapes, we're looking at this big shape, the big shape of the hand in there, that triangle shape. You can see that as a triangle shape. Right, so let me zoom in on that. Actually, you can see that for a split second. We got the body. I know it's going to be in there. See that circle, and then that's the body, and then the same size of that circle is where the feet are going to go below. All right, I'm just seeing how it all fits like a puzzle. Here we go. Let's zoom in, and let's draw this. We do have the two parts. We have the big shape first, and the first part is the palm. Then you got the fingers coming off of that, and they do twist and turn, and that's what makes it a little bit difficult. but it's here's my palm. Let me see how I can get him to, so it kind of does have a little bit of a palm. And then the first finger, I come in there like that and just round it right in there. There's one, and then two up in there, up in here, and then this third finger up in there, right in there. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm going off a little bit off our triangle, but it's just a guide. There it is. There's the hand. And the palm and the fingers. Every time you do a hand, there's two parts, the palm and the finger, and it's usually about pretty, they're about the same size. There's that. And then I've got this shape of this arm, kind of like, I can see this here. I can see the axis line, this angle coming out like that. See this oval shape. And let's see. Let's go straight. A little bit of an elbow comes down, and actually a little bit of a line, and then up. So not a perfect oval. And then you've got this inside part of the arm like that coming up. There we go. And the outside. What's important here is try to get that thickness right. So it's not a noodle arm. I'm trying to get that size, the width, the ratio. Ratios. All right. So, hey guys, I'll be leaving here tomorrow to stay with mom through Sunday. At ETA tomorrow when I leave. Okay. My sister, yeah, she's gonna help this weekend. Yay. Yep. Yeah, my mom was snoring last night. Yeah, she was just snoring. Had me up. Speaking of lines. All right. Okay, now the body. Ooh, it has a really nice axis line. It's tapers and it's pushing to the left. It is pushing to the left or his right. So let's see how we're going to break this apart. So from this finger to over here, and there's a little bit, if you were looking at the axis line, you can see it kind of, because this head is at that angle, the body also kind of is at that angle. And it does kind of push out a little bit more. And this is here on this side. And I'm trying to show it as a shape. But the legs are attached. The legs are attached. So there we go. There's the body. And then the legs are to the right. Yeah, to the right. I would probably say if this was the middle, it's like that's where that first legs kind of is. And his belly kind of sticks out. So then his feet come down. And then you have this angle. It's at an angle. Notice how far the feet come out. You need to go a little bit bigger. A little bigger, right in there. It should be kind of like in there. Look at my scribbles. Kind of just getting the feel of it, where they're going to kind of go, the feel of the feet. The agony of the feet, defeat. All right. Let's get that center. That's attached. That middle. And it does get wider. It's just slightly wider as it goes down. It does get a little bit wider as it goes down. And let me see. Let's add those feet. Now this bottom part usually is straighter. And then this top part, yeah, is rounded, a little more rounded as it goes back. Bam. Look at that. So a little straighter, and then it goes rounded at the top. And then you've got the toes, and this is the front toe. And usually I'm gonna do this a little bit more exaggerated, because this would be in front and a little more rounded. They have it pretty flat. I kind of rounding mine a little bit more, because there's overlapping. This toes in front, this one's behind, and then that one's even further behind. And there we go. There's the toes. And let's do the right one. Same thing. I can see the size of the shape if I need to make it bigger. My scribbles. This is all my underdrawing, my under sketch. So the thing is that everybody wants to try to draw it, you know, in one perfect, and you can do it sometimes, but this method helps with accuracy a lot more by doing the sketching and then just, you know, on top, and then you'll erase less too. You erase less as well. And then you pick up the pace. You can draw a lot faster. It's just a little bit slower at first. And then the more you practice, the more you progress, the faster you get. And it's like boom, boom. Yeah, I don't know. Should I do the Marvin the Martian? I feel like doing it faster, but I don't want to lose anybody tonight. I'll speed up after that. So I'm adding the tail. The tail is really just the tale of two cities. The tail here is really a circle with a triangle on it. So there's a circle. You can see the circle shape, and then you can see the angles of the triangle. If you can try to see, this one's almost straight across, and then this angle coming down, and a little bit of a taper, a little bit of a twist at the end, slight twist. There we go. And you can see that tail, that tail shape, yeah, right in there, and how big it is compared to the body. And then there's a football shape inside it. And there's like this football shape or a tear shape. Yeah, I'm gonna add that tear shape right in there. There's my tail. Now I can attach this tail here. Yeah. We got one more arm to do, and then we're done with our lion. And we're going to go off onto Marvin the Martian. Feel free to draw on your own. If I'm going too slow, feel free to color. Feel free to, you know, if I'm going too fast, that's you can catch the video and pause it. Videos are put up usually the next day. Usually, sometimes most of them go up. Sometimes there's one that's lingering. I need to track it down and post it. But most of them have been there. And I think I lost some. Oh, yeah, I did lose some that were on my computer that got stolen. So, oh well.
So we won't just mention December 22nd.
Yes. And it's my favorite number too. December 22nd. Here we go. That's the one I'm referring to. All right, so we got this triangle shape here for the arm that kind of comes out. This is the outside shape. Then the inside shape. When you're doing the inside shape, you got to see the shape, the feel of this form. It tapers, this arm getting bigger and then smaller. But if you see this big shape first, this triangle, that's good. That'll get you that outside line. When you do the inside line, you're not just drawing a line, but you're drawing a shape. You're drawing this form, this arm, that thickness of that arm. Again, it should be the same thickness as it should as the other arm. And then it tapers as it comes down. It gets thinner, right? The thinner, and it's behind the body. They're hiding that hand. And I think that's it. That's it. Let's zoom out. There he is. Ta-da. All right, let's do Marvin the Martian. Let's take a look at Marvin. Alrighty. What about the Cowardly Lion? The Cowardly Lion, yeah. I don't
From
know.
the Wizard of Oz.
Huh?
It's the Cowardly Lion was from the Wizard of Oz.
Oh yes,
Have you heard of
yes, yes. I was the Cowardly Lion in a play in elementary school. I think it was 4th grade. My mom sewed my mom sewed my costume. I was the Cowardly Lion. Put up your dues. Right, here we go. All right.
Now.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, look at that lion. Ooh, I like that one. Maybe we can draw this one later on tonight. I can sketch this one pretty quick. Let me share. Ooh, look at that lion and the lamb. Ooh, peace on earth. There it is.
That's the one I found originally to put up, but I thought it was just too complicated, so I didn't.
Well, this is good for like on Tuesdays or later on in the evening. We can do that. I mean, yeah, it's still the same things. See the shapes and the placements and everything. All right, let's see this one. Definitely the circle head, Warner Brothers. Let's see. Here we go. Try to get that circle in there. And it's green on green. All right, now once we have this circle, we can use this as a guide to it actually it's roundish in shape, but it does it's not a perfectly circle. It actually the width is a little bit squeezed in. It's not perfectly round. You can see, actually you can see it right there. If you're looking there, you can see it. It's not perfectly round. But we'll start off with something round and see how just a little bit off it is. So that's our circle shape there. The top part is probably, yeah, it's about half a circle. That's the broom on his head is half a circle. And then we've got the body below is about another circle right there. See it? Oh, right there. And then you've got the feet. The feet are probably going to be half a circle. So he's about 3 heads tall. I would say 3 heads tall. Yeah, the feet are about another half. Let's see if I put it half down here. Yeah, right there, exactly half. See, that's half. So we're using this circle shape as our guide. The circle of the head. We've got the circle for the head, the circle for the body. I really wish I can copy paste these circles. Let's see, that'd be so cool. But no, this program doesn't do it. So I have to kind of guesstimate. See if I can get it. That's pretty close. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really close. I'll put that right there. 1, 2, and then one more. One more circle. Yeah, I am going a little slow tonight. It's all good. I'll pick up the pace after this one. Yeah, it's going to be 8 o'clock or 7:45. And then the bottom half is, yeah, just half a circle. There it is, half a circle. All right, there it is. Let me screenshot that, put it in the chat. Where is my chat? There it is. Put it to everyone. Oh, somebody sent me a message. That was actually it was a message to myself as far as today's class, first class, somebody who joined us. That's great. And they'll be back. They'll be back for more. That's good. All right, here we go. Bam, capture. All right, there it is. It's in the chat. You can click on it, it'll download. Oops. Escape that. There we go. There we go. And then let's do them without the drawings. All right. There we go. All right, there it is in the chat. All right, let's get going. Here we go. Let's stop sharing. We did already. We got 3 circles. So 4 circles. So I know this is the head and where the head's going to kind of go in that circle space right about there. There's my first circle, and notice how I draw them. There should be a video explaining this method of kind of like flying like an airplane. Here's the body. And the body's going to be right about there. And then the half circle for the feet. If we get the half of that, half the circle for the feet, and then another half circle for the broom, the brush on his head. That's another about half circle. If we get that, yeah. Oh, and I didn't break this further down. It's all right. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this. There's a lot going on in this head and in the body as well. It seems simple, but it's not. It's not as simple as it appears. There's a lot of things going on here. All right, we'll just go ahead and do it. So just that, if you get those 3 circles or those 2 circles, the head, the body, try to get them the same size. This should probably be a little bigger. And then the half space down there, half space at the top for the brush. All right, here we go. Let's get our axis line, our center line here, our axis line, because this character is very symmetrical. Even his hands, which I can say are I can see them as an oval. You're gonna have a hand here. I know the thumbs are sticking out. I try to see that there's one hand, and then there's another hand on the other side, symmetrical. I'm noticing how they line up. The feet stick out way out there. Feet are gonna be way out that far. I'm already putting the feet in and kind of blocking them in. Those big feet. Can you see them? Yeah, these big feet, and arms. And I actually seen this as one big shape as well. Because the body's thinner in here. But I'm seeing this whole, yeah, the body's in here thinner. Then inside is that little skirt that he has. But I'm just kind of seeing, almost like squinting and seeing kind of like this abstract shape. And there's a little bit of a neck. I can bring that down. And then the head. The head's going to be in here. The head. Right above the middle, this circle middle, right above it slightly. This is the helmet. So let's get that. I think we're going to start off with the shape of the head, but let's get this helmet. Kind of it's a twisted oval. This shape here. So I don't know. Let me see. I'll explain what it is in a minute, but we're just doing this part of it because it is like an oval shape. Because what it is, well, let's explain. I'm just doing it now. It's this oval shape that's like this, and then you've got another oval shape inside it. And this is kind of like even if I were to do it this way, it's kind of like a glass or a cup. See, it's that thickness. That's what it is. But there's a little bit of a twist to it. There's a little bit. It's not like a perfect oval. Like here, like this, if this was a cup or a mug. All right, I got that shape. I'm gonna so the head in here isn't really it's pretty round, but it's not a perfect circle. It is a little bit pushed in. So I'm gonna get that shape in here. Right in there like that. There it is. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so there's that top part, and then here's the head. Almost round. It is slightly pushed in on the sides, very slightly. Here's my center line. We can get the eyes in there now. Eyes are overlapping or underlapping. They're underneath on this half. There's one on here. There's overlapping. They're ovals underneath. So if I were to draw through, you would see it like this. Notice the spacing. So I'm going to probably need a little bit bigger, the spacing in between the two eyes. Let's just get them in first. You can see them right in there. And then try to get that spacing in between the eyes. That's you almost have to see what's not there. You first see the eyes and then see the spacing in between to make sure you're getting that right. Noticing the black space underneath too. So that tells me I need to bring the eyes down a little bit more, and I can do that. So you can bring that down slightly, a little bit more. There we go. Because there's not, yeah, I'm looking at this space around it as well. And I just added that. Make those slight micro adjustments. And a little bit of erasing. Tap, tap, tap. Needed eraser. There we go. Practice your drawing, not your erasing. I would tell my students. There it is. All right, now the pupils. The pupils, if we find the center of that, they're kind of a little bit below the center. So I'm looking at the middle, and the eyes are kind of like right at that middle, a little bit below, and on the inside, facing in. So, and those are also ovals. There we go. One there, one there. That's it. There. I think that's pretty good. Probably a little closer. All right, Marvin. And then you've got the top. All right, so we're gonna get this part. So if I'm doing this, what we're drawing is I'm drawing it upside down. Let's flip it around. I'm gonna add it this way. So ignore this. So it's now I just like really playing a mind trip here. So speaking of optical illusions, now this is kind of like it looks like a plunger. You see, it looks like a plunger. Now, if you can use your imagination, you can see it as a plunger or a cup below. And it's good to play those little optical illusion mind tricks. It's like, oh, okay, wait a minute, we're playing with space. So this is, and then his head is kind of like in there like this. All right, so what we're gonna do is focusing on this shape right in here. It's this shape that is like almost like a pot. It's the shield part, and then you have that circle in there. Yeah, so we've got to go above it a little bit to get that thickness that's there. Oops. That thickness. And then it does round out, but sides go up, and then around. All right, I don't know if anybody wants to share after this. We can probably do some sharing. If you'd like to share your drawings, see what we're doing. Get it symmetrical. Fighting with the drawing a little bit tonight. And then we've got the that helmet part. So just another little bit above it, right above it, right there. It's all right. It's not perfect. It's okay. So yeah, that's the top of the helmet. And then right up here, this top half, I'm going to let's do that. Let's just do it and get out of the way, because the hard part is there's a lot of stuff happening down here with the little shield stuff going on, and I'll explain it. So we'll just do the little brush on top. So first, it's the little handle that's on there. This is the little handle. That's the handle that's there. And then around it, it's kind of like I don't know what it is. It's kind of like how it's stuck onto the that top plate. We're gonna do next. So it's kind of like a rounded, almost like a little plunger in itself. Actually, it's like a little plunger, like a little bit of glue. And then you have this shape. Now this shape, there's these angles which make it like it's coming out, and these would go to a vanishing point. So you got to watch these angles. We don't have to worry about a vanishing point, but yeah, it's down that way. These two lines would converge, but it's a little plane, like a little brush. So again, these two angles there at the top. Let's zoom in. There we go. And then it goes across. And then these lines here, these next two, that one, and then that one kind of going straight up. And then there's a little bit of a curve, slight little bit of a curve. There it is. And that's kind of like a plane, but it's a curved plane. And then you have the brush. Now the brush, again, you want to see it as one big shape like that first. Try to see that one big shape, and then we break it down a little bit on the right of the center. There's this big one piece, and then there's other pieces that are next to it, but it's this one big piece, that big piece, and then you have another big piece, and the other little pieces that are broken into smaller pieces. But that's it. You want to see this as one big piece first, And then see this piece, this line right here is a little bit off the center. You've got this big piece right in there. See that little, and it actually does curve too. There's a little bit of a curve. I'm just noticing a little bit of a curve. So centerpiece and up and down. Yeah, you got to find your pace. I mean, because we can draw this really fast or really slow, really accurate. But really, it's just really practice where you're at. You can probably, some of you can probably draw a whole background, a whole space scene. All right, that's the brush. All right, let's get to the hard part. All right, here we go. So that's the brush on the head. Zoom out a little bit so you can see it, and then we're going to do this thing here. Now I can actually really quickly just see that these little shields, little shields that are going to be in here, they're going to be right in there. And then I can also see that the arms, this space in here, that arms should probably, I don't know, let's see, make sure the arms come down a little bit more onto the, if I need to lower the hands, I'll lower the hands, but I can see the arms are going to kind of be in there. This is going to kind of be in here, and I'm sketching them in lightly. That's where they're going to kind of go. There's like these little square shapes. It's just the angles. Let's see those square shapes in there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, these square shapes that are on the sides. All right, so we've got our double oval shape that's going to go in here. So we've got that side and this side. What's happening is this triangle, this square, the square is curved out. It curves out, and there's two parts to it. It's this part that's here, and it curves onto it like that. There we go. And it's because there's a thickness to this little shield part. And there's that thickness. It kind of comes out. And then you see that part and this part. And the way it's constructed, all these little angles, this bottom angle almost straight, and then this angle up this way. And it's a lot of little intricate stuff and trying to get the angles right. There it is. And it's, again, it's like one thick piece. It's like, let's get, I was gonna say, let's get our clay. Here's our clay. And it's like a flat plane with a thickness to it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's it right there. Let me see. I'm making it. It's a little more triangular, but there's this thickness to it. There it goes. Probably not that thick, or not that triangular. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this would be fun to make out of clay. Yeah, and this is understanding form now. You're understanding form. This is form. So we're getting away from shapes, and this is what makes this a little bit more complex, because you got to get the angles right. You got to get, the thickness. And this comes from observing stuff, like just like this pad of paper here. There's a thickness to it and how these angles change. And if you were to draw this from different angles. And that's what's happening here. All right, so we got this little shield part. And then we've got this coming around. So now let's zoom in so you can kind of see what's going on in here, because this inside part kind of swoops around that oval shape. That's that oval shape comes around in there. And then you've got the outside that kind of comes around as well. Right? And this line should maybe brought out a little bit more. There we go. So that's what's happening there. You get these two, that oval shape, and that's what that is right there. That is that. All right, let's do the left side, the right side. And the right side, here we go, the right side, same way. We're going to do the, let's do the outside part first. When it comes here, and then just out, that's the outside part. And then here straight across. So if you didn't get the other one, here, let's try to make this as clear as possible. So this is the outside part. It comes in straight across. This is the thickness of that shield. And then it comes back up. And this is parallel. We're going parallel in the same direction as that line. There it is, same direction, parallel. That's the thickness and that top part. And then we got the bottom part. This coming down at this angle. And then this comes down at that angle. And this is form. This is definitely form. There's a thickness to it here, this angle. This is angles. Angles. So this one's horizontal. This small little angle there is horizontal. And then it comes up in here. There it is. There's that shape. There's the shields. Now all I need to do is this this oval, little rounded oval part, and we're done with the head. Yeah. There we go. No eyebrows, no eyebrows. Sometimes you see eyebrows on this character, I think. There we go. So I'm getting that inside oval, and then the outside oval. Now again, I have to bring this out a little bit because it yeah, it definitely needs to be out a little bit. There we go. So it has to wrap around, and that's there we go. Got to fix that. Erase. That's good. It's just a sketch. Sketches and then drawings. All right, I'm happy with the head. There it is. It looks pretty good. All right, now let's get the body in there. All right, so there's the neck. Again, I am noticing the arms. I have to bring that down a little bit. The body is an oval shape, and it's a little bit puffed on the top, the chest, the torso. So it does puff out a little bit more and then kind of tapers down to this kind of like an egg shape. Yeah, that's what makes it complex. See, it's almost like an egg shape like this. It's not a perfect oval. There, I can see it puff out. There's a little bit of a, you know, his torso puffing out a little bit. And then it comes down and then it closes off at the bottom because it's onto his skirt. There it is. That skirt. Yeah, this is understanding form. Definitely got to understand form. Because then now this is another, just kind of like we did over here. It's another oval shape. It's another cylinder. And that's what that basically is. This is a cylinder. See, this is a cylinder. And you get this cylinder shape. The same thing with this skirt is a cylinder shape. So you've got like an oval shape, the circle in space. And it's coming in here. Let's see. It's coming in here under the hand. And it's in here under this hand, almost against it on this side. And I'm looking at the spacing, so I should probably drop it down a little bit more. I'll drop it down a little bit more and see, yeah, that one's fine up there. Drop it down a little bit more. Right around there. See, that's my oval. I'm seeing this oval, and that's the skirt. And then there's a thickness to it. There's a thickness to it. And this is the form. This is the form. You don't have to do it like this. But if you see this, this makes your drawing solid. You want your drawing to be solid, right? That's because you see this solid shape, this solid, more than a shape, it's a form. Don't get this mixed up. There's so many art teachers that I hear out there. They say, oh, it's a shape. No, there's a difference. There's a difference between shape and form. And you really shouldn't understand that. Because form is definitely a little more difficult. Form is the next level. Understanding form. And we're talking about three-dimensional form, not shapes. It's different. It is different. Right. So this is a form. This is a cylinder that's really thin. All right. So then the triangles just come off of that. Right. Here's a triangle right in here. Right in there. There's a triangle, a slice. Right in there, and there's another slice over here to the right. There's a little bit of a curve to it, but they're triangle slices. Triangle slices. Oh, scam at this hour. Who's calling? Then you've got another one coming off this angle from the center. This triangle. I'm just doing the triangle pieces. I'm not doing the three-dimensionality. I'm just like doing the top slice. Watch, you'll see how this all kind of comes together. It's this top slice. I'm just doing these little triangle cuts. And there we go, right in there. That triangle, that piece. And then we've got two more over here. We got two more slices. Another triangle piece up here. Notice the angles. This one almost horizontal, but it's still going up as it goes out. And then this back one is just a line back here. I don't know what's going on. It's lost back there is a line. And then same thing on the right side is just almost a line right in there. Bam. All right, let's zoom in. Should have been, I should have been in that close. All right, so that's just the top. And then now it's just the thickness, right? The thickness of this. We should go left to right, right to left. What's interesting is that the hands in front, and I probably should do the hands because the hands are overlapping or in front of this shape. This is what makes this complex. Really, this puzzle is really complex because things are in front. And you should almost use X-ray vision to get this part. But we're going to do the hands and then we'll come back to this. Well, let's do the hands. All right, so I'm going to bring this down a little bit. There we go. And get these hands in here. They do taper. So there's a shoulder here and it comes down at this angle. And there it is. I can see how it tapers. So it gets smaller as it comes down. There's this thickness where the shoulder is. And then don't forget the neck. There's the neck. If you have to make some adjustments, move things around, like I think this should probably be a little bit lower. Right in there. Bring that lower. But it's got this shoulder shape, this almost like rounded shoulder as it kind of comes up slightly, roundedness. Then it comes down. And I can see how it fits in there. Right in there. Yeah, this is a tough drawing. It definitely is not a beginner one. Yeah, even though I'm going slow, it is, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. All right, here we go. Then the hands overlap. Are we getting it in there? So they go over the skirt and they do come down a little bit further. Right in there. Actually, I can see the relationship and I had them a little bit higher, but I am going to have to bring it lower and I'm going to have to make the skirt a little bit thinner. This part right here, a little bit thinner. I can already see that it's going to have to be slightly thinner. These hands are pretty long. I'm noticing the width to the height. And then the thumb, I'm going to have to bring down from where I had before. Oh yeah, a lot more. Oh no, that's actually not too bad. Oh yeah, still down. A little further down from where I had it before. For my initial sketch. There we go. That's it. Right in there. Bam. All right, so we've got the thumb. It's just the circle shape attached. Then you've got the hands coming down. And then you get the fingers. I'm not going to go into the detail of this. So the overlapping and stuff. So you've got this finger that's closest to us. And you got the palm that's right in the middle. See, that's should be the middle. Then you've got the other finger right in there. Bam. One more time. So there is overlapping. So you've got this one finger here and then the same thing behind it like this, another oval, right? And what's happening is this oval, this finger goes in front of this one like that. So there's that overlap, right? So that's what's happening. And then there's other finger in the behind that as well. But that if you would see, almost have 3D vision, almost have to see 3D vision, have that 3D vision. All right, let's do the next hand, same thing. Same spot or similar. This one actually looks a little bigger. It looks a little bigger, but there's overlapping. So I'm going over my skirt here. The skirt, it's right in here. The thumb, get it to actually this one goes up a little higher as well. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but you want to we're trying to draw for accuracy. And there's a little bit of a curve to the hand. That whole curve, that curves like this. See that axis line? I can easily do that axis line, that whole curve there. You get the palm, the thumb, this whole hand shape. All right, I think I'm just going to go for it. Let's see, it started with the thumb. I'm going to go from the thumb. It does peak in here. I mean, there's a little bit of a peak, this shape. As you start drawing shapes and seeing shapes, they'll become familiar. Like, oh, okay, I recognize that shape. Oh, I can see the peaks. I can see the curves. I can see where it's pulled or pushed. Or like this has a bend in it. This whole hand has a bend in it. You recognize those things as you practice your drawing. Start seeing those. It's like nothing. But when you're first starting, it's hard to see. But I'm pointing it out. Especially this character. Yeah, this is form. These fingers are not just rectangles. They're spherical. There's a spherality. I just made that word up. Spherality to them. It's like a sphere. There's depth, solidness. See this little, just even these little lines that are the little palm. All right, here we go. So we're going to attach that just like the hat. The hat has that little attachment to the glove, a little bit of a glove, this little oval shape. And then we're going to attach the hands to the arms. Same thing over here. Have this little circle part. And there it is. That looks good. Coming along. Let's zoom out real quick so you can see how it's looking all together. Coming together. Let's go back. And you can see all my sketching line underneath, all that, if you need to erase or just leave it. You're just practicing. Doesn't matter. All this is the structure. This is the structure of the house. Seeing the structure. And then afterwards, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. All right. Repetition is the mother of learning. Repeat, rinse and repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. There we go. So now I'm going to do the thickness of this skirt, right? So let's start with the part that's closest to us. That's this one here. And all I'm doing here from these corners is just bringing it almost straight down. Actually, they are straight down. These two lines here, that's the thickness of that skirt. And I'm going to make it a little bit thinner, like I said. I am going a little bit thinner. Get that thickness. See that thickness of that? That's the first little slice of pizza, kind of. Then it just goes back to the center like that. And this one has a lot to do with angles, a lot to do with form. And angles. Here's this next one, this next slice this way. And then it goes straight up, right in there. See that? And then it goes back behind the hand, overlapping. It's how artists create space. We use space pods. Placement, things that are lower or closer. Things that are higher or further away. That's P for placement. Then there's O, overlapping. Overlapping is everywhere. There's something in front of something behind something. The helmet is in front of his head. Even there's a lot of overlapping. Things behind, things in front. Learn to see the overlapping. And then detail. Things that are closer have more detail. And then S for size, space pods. Things that are closer are bigger. Things that are further away are smaller. Even at this distance here, let me see. How can we do that? Two things that are the same. Let me see. Where can I find? 2 pennies. We have 2 pennies here just by chance. All right. So we have 2 pennies. They're both the same size. But if I just like this, you can see this one's bigger. This one's smaller all of a sudden. But you know that there's the same. Right. So yeah, size. Space pods. That's an acronym to help you remember how artists create space. Placement, overlapping, detail, and size. There we go. I'm making it thinner again. See, I know I'm making it thinner. And then this comes back at that angle. A little skirt. See, it's really complex. Solid form. Bam. Nice and clean. All right. All we need is the feet, the cool tennis shoes. I didn't know they had tennis shoes in space. Marvin the Martian. Cleaning it up a little bit with my eraser. There we go. All right. Okay, so I'm seeing this as one shape right here, this one shape, the both feet together. This is one shape, and I might have to bring the shoes down even further, the feet down a little bit more. I don't know how I'm doing with my, I know I'm looking at my paper at an angle. So I don't know if my proportions have gotten off, but I feel like it needs to be a little bit further down. And the feet come out a little bit more. Let's zoom out now. Yeah, zoom out. Yeah, because I really feel the feet need to be out a little bit more. So I'm pretty sure if we put a picture side by side, our proportions are going to be slightly off. See, this is our 1, 2.5. Yeah, I don't know. That's all good. And I just have to go with how you feel, what you think and feel. And there we go. And you can see the distance between that hand and the foot. They're pretty close. But it comes out to here. And it tapers, it gets smaller. You get I see this big shape now. The legs are about that thin. And then the foot, and it tapers. It kind of, it's a shape that goes from big to small. And that's the big shape. There we go. You do it light until it's right, and then you do it dark, and then you go dark. See, I do it light. Then I go, okay, that's it. And then I went darker with it. It's almost like a sculptural way of drawing. And these are cylinders. So the bottom is an oval. Again, this is a little bit more, this is a little tougher of a drawing because you have to understand form, and that helps with this kind of drawing. All right, let's do the sole. It's got this sole that kind of runs parallel with this and goes up. Yeah, drawing is so awesome. I mean, you don't need like expensive equipment. Anybody can do it. You can, use a number 2 pencil, a pen. You can do it anywhere, on a plane, anywhere. All right, on the beach with a stick. All right, a piece of chocolate. There's my foot. Now the top of the foot does go from up here and then down that line. And then there's one more on the left, and it tapers. This line tapers as it goes up. It gets smaller, so it's more than a line, it's a shape. You got to see the shape as it tapers. It's a tapered tail, a little bit of twist on it, and then you've got the kind of the lines that go across. 1, 2, 3. I like to see these in threes. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 there, and then there's another one above it. Right above there. Yeah, it's not perfectly good. And I think these are Converse. There's little circles here, like a little Converse symbol. Who knows? Maybe they're not tennis shoes. It's just kind of some kind of robotic. Who knows? I always thought they were tennis shoes. They look like tennis shoes. All right, post in his Facebook. Oh, post in his Facebook group. Oh, thank you. All right, Pearl, thank you for joining us. Yeah, post in the, yeah. There it is. I don't know. Let me see how many members do we have. New members in our brand new Facebook group.
I'm gonna hop out for the night, but as the newbie in the group, I just wanted to let you know I did enjoy myself.
Oh, great! Thank you so much. I'm glad.
Have a good night. Thank
All
you.
right, good night. So we're doing something right. I think so. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. All right, let's finish this up. Let's finish this up. Yeah, the thing is, I really need to get those lessons out because that's going to help a lot more, because really just doing practice. And if you miss something like here, there's a lot to this drawing. There really is, as far as understanding form. And I'm kind of like going over it, glossing over some of it. It's hard to kind of describe everything. So I'm trying to get this foot in here now. This angle, straight up and down, and then getting how it tapers out. See, it's a lot, it's bigger than what I had here and here, and I can see this big old shape of this foot right in there. And compare it to the other one, it should be the same size. And get my pencil and maybe a little bit smaller. They're like right in there. See that shape. Yeah, you'll recognize these shapes. I mean, it's like a tear shape. You'll recognize shapes. You'll start seeing the angles. You'll start seeing like, hey, I've drawn shapes like this before. But you're only going to get to that point if you've drawn them and messed them up. You got almost have to mess them up too. I'm like, oh man, I messed that one up. But then you kind of like remember, like, okay, angles, watch my proportions, watch what I'm saying. All right, now here's The Soul. That's a good movie. Oh my gosh, it's one of the last good Pixar movies. Pixar, I don't know, since it's funny how big companies just take over. Yeah, Pixar was taken over by Disney, and I saw that whole change. I saw. Oh my gosh, I saw Pixar. I knew Pixar when they were just doing shorts back in the days, back in the 80s. I've been following them for that long. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so we got that shape. And then this shape here, this same thing as this one. Oh, we only have one line on this side. Only one, and this comes down and it curves and it tapers. So you got, when you're drawing this line here, it's really important to see how it's thicker as it comes down here. This is not easy. This is not easy. As it comes down, it gets thicker. As it comes down, it gets thicker. And then we've got the 3, 4. It's actually just 4, but I can see the 3 and I can see the 4 as well. I can see as I'm seeing this here, there's more of an angle. I don't know. I didn't get the feet right, but it's okay. It's all right. Nobody's going to know unless they compare to despair. That's okay. You just do the best you can. Yeah, my feet are off. They're not perfect. It's okay. All right, there's that. And then we have this in here. Yeah, it's learning to let go too. It's just like, all right, it's okay. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's not like really terrible. They look like feet. They look solid. There's no elbows. There's no shadow. I can throw a shadow in there. There should be more of an angle. I straightened him out. But there he is. It looks like him. There's no denying him. There's no denying him. All right, let's see what's next. Feel free to. Ooh, we got Gauguin. That can be a quick sketch. Oh, that's the sketch for this painting, for the When Will You Marry? Yeah, he actually did. I don't know. Oh, that Gauguin. There he goes again. Gauguin. Yeah, him and Van Gogh, man, they were friends and fighters. Oh, let's do this one. Definitely. Yeah, this one's a good one. This is the perspective.
Can we see this one's?
Yeah. You can do this one. All right, here we go. We're talking about Atlantic should go full screen. That doesn't help. Yeah, that's this one, perspective. Yeah, this is there's a lot to this. It's all about angles. Copy image address. Let's go up here. Paste. Oh, technology. And we also have I've been following Chat GPT. I've been following all that stuff, all the AI art, all the generative, all that stuff. So, I mean, I really would like actually to as we grow Tuesday nights, kind of ask questions in there and because that's what I'm interested in. I know we're doing more advanced, and we're going to start actually this month. We're going to be doing for the whole month. We'll be doing figure drawing. So I've found some pretty good resources. I'll be sharing those on Tuesday. A little more advanced class. And now we're going to we've been doing intermediate and now advanced. This one's it's kind of simple, but it's perspective. It's all about angles. There's the first thing to know is you have your horizon line. This is your horizon line. It's also known as your eye level. Should we keep it green? Let's go with a different color. Let's go with red. Your eye level. All right. So you have your eye level, your horizon line. That's that. And on the horizon line, you have a vanishing point where everything disappears. This is the vanishing point that's right there. So these lines that are here that are going to this vanishing point right here, this is wrong. But that's okay. It looks good. I mean, it's not a big deal. This is if you want to get to like If you want to get technical, but it looks good. It's I don't know. Everybody's a critic. I think it looks good. And you can see the top of the trees kind of going along there too, which are kind of go to a different vanishing point, but yeah, they should kind of go to this vanishing point as well. And that's the thing. Your brain wants to fight this. Like here, like this tree is pretty, and same thing with here. I don't think this is like a true. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Because the size of this building back here is really big. This building here is really big compared to these buildings here. So, I mean, as far as perspective, it's a simple perspective for kids just to get an idea. But technically, it's not. Yeah, there's things going on in it that's kind of interesting. This cloud is higher, it's closer, it's a reverse position, space pods. Position, things that are lower are closer, things that are higher are further away. You have overlapping, the O, the D, detail, things that are further back have less detail, and then S, size, things that are closer are bigger. So you can see this follows space pods. All right, let's just do it. I don't know what else. The vanishing point where everything kind of goes. We'll just do this. What time is it? 8:30. Yeah, we'll probably, I don't know, let me see. Let's see what else is next. I think the other ones we might do pretty quick. I think I'm going to pick up the speed. All right, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I like that you guys put those hearts on there. That's awesome. Making people feel welcome. That's so cool. See, building community. Oh man. All right, cool. I gotta pick up the pace. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna do these. Actually, I'm gonna do this pretty quick. If you want to take your time on this and stuff like that, you know, you can to color and all that other stuff. But I'm definitely gonna. I want to do more drawing and not the finished stuff. Really, you get more out of it by just by doing quick stuff and not even worrying about it. The more you do, the more you practice, the more you progress. So I'm gonna just really quickly rip these out. Rip all these drawings out. So I'm going to pick up the pace. Alrighty. Let me see where I'm looking for my mouse. All right. So let's go back up here. We've got that one. We've got that one. Yeah, this is a lot going on in here. We've got that one. We got Winnie the Pooh. I love that tree. And there's a lot going on there. I think I might skip that Winnie the Pooh. Oh, these letters are really good. You know what? Save these for next week. I really like. I mean, there's some really good stuff for more like a beginner stuff, and I miss these letters. Just getting, and then this is, yeah, I can sketch this out pretty quick. I mean, there's a lot of shadows, a lot of things going on, but I can do a quick sketch of these last ones. Oh, that flower is really nice. I don't know if I'm gonna bump that up. This is definitely a lot more complex. And then that's it. Oh, that lion. All right. Oh yeah. The Gauguin. All right, I'll just do these really quick. I'm going to pick up the speed. Let's pick up the speed. So here we go. All right, here we go. I'm going to pick up the speed. All right, so we've got our, and you can use a straight edge. I'm going to do it all freehand. We have our horizon line. If you use a ruler, you can use a ruler. We have our vanishing point. We have our road. Which you know, it's going to fill most of the paper of these angles. See that there's the road. Now the car, I know it's going to be right in here. I can actually put a placer, put like a little placer. And this is good to kind of I kind of had to learn this the hard way, because angles and stuff you get, you know, really hard. But if you get kind of placement of where things are going to be, that's going to be good, because that's where that's going to be. We've got one building back here as well. I can put a placer for it. You got another building here. There's 3 buildings. And then there's the other building like right in here. 3 buildings. And there's my placer holders and 3 trees. The 3 theme tonight. There's one tree here, another tree, and then another tree. That should be right. I'm kind of just sketching them in. Now let's make it more accurate. Let's use straight edge. I have one. Where's my straight edge? There it is. It's over there. Give me a second. There we go. There's my straight edge. All right, here we go. All right, let's everything's kind of blocked in. We kind of blocked everything in. This tree will be bigger, but I kind of have a placement of where everything's at. Let's start with the street. Here we go. Actually, let's start with the car because that's in front, but I did that part of the street. This is the outside. This is the outermost, actually the sidewalks, the outer side of the sidewalks. Okay, let's start with this car because it's like in front and there's overlapping. It's right in the middle. That. And I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to use the vanishing point. See, I've got my middle line and I'm going to use the vanishing point. I'm going to do a little more accurate. There's that line. And then here from this point to the vanishing point where we're going out, it's going to go straight. So because it's on the left side of your vanishing point, you'll see actually the inside, you'll see the side of the car a little bit. Then the front here. So I'm going to use that same design, but this is what it would look like if it was using that vanishing point. Then we have it going straight up and down, and then straight across with the bumper. And we're just doing this for fun. Let's see. Ooh. And then you've got the you would see the top. You would see the top of this. You would see the top of this car. They're not showing the top. Again, it's just for kids, I'm sure. You would see the top of this. I'm getting technical. So if you want to draw the other car, that's fine. I'm getting a little technical here. Now these lines don't follow the rules because they are tapered. They can go in. There it is. There's that. But this top part goes back to the vanishing point. You have those two tapered parts which come to 2 points. These 2 points go to that vanishing point. So now I'm going to do the roof of that car. Back. And back. And then the top of the roof. And they simplified it. It's good to simplify. It's good to, I mean, and that's pretty interesting. There's a saying, complexity is the, what is it? is the enemy. Complexity is the enemy of action. Simplicity, is better. If it's simple, okay, get action on it. If it's too complex, sometimes it breaks down. This is at an angle, that's at that same angle because it's rounded. And then it would come down straight. And then it would come here. This would go up to that vanishing point. And you would see the inside of this car. But it's like really close to the vanishing point. So you're really just getting a sliver. I don't know. My angles are everywhere. It's something like that. Then you would see a tire over here. That's why they did that. That's why they simplified it, because it's just really a tough angle. And you have a thickness to that, thickness to the windshield. There it is. And, all right. One tire underneath. And then the other tire would be here on the side. Yeah, so this is a little more accurate, but it doesn't look good because it should be rounded. I don't know, cars. This is a square car. All right, that's good. That's fine. I'm happy with that for now. Let's get the sidewalks in there. You had to get this car because the sidewalks are behind. There's overlapping. So let's get that sidewalk right in there. Okay, there's that sidewalk. See, it's behind the car. Behind the car, there's that sidewalk. Let's get the other sidewalk on the other side. There it is. wonder if I should get a little more technical with this carpet, man. I'm just gonna let it go. Just gotta get it. Yes. All right, cool. It's just a simple practice for perspective. Same thing with these lines. As they go back, it should get smaller and thinner. So these are the sidewalk lines, and there's a thickness to the sidewalk, but they didn't do the thickness. That's okay. We're just gonna line it up. So I'm gonna have one line right in there. And then across, there it is. That's that one line. Watch that thickness. These are the sidewalk slabs. There. One sidewalk, the one on the right is thicker than the one on the left. It's all right. It is wider. And let's go back. Watch out for tangents. This would be a tangent, right? If I did this line like right where this is, right here. See, that would line up with this line. And it's confusing. You don't want to be confusing. You want to make your art clear. So we're going to go above or below. I'm going to go above this line so it doesn't line up to this. You don't want tangents. You want to stay away from tangents. That would be a tangent right there. There we go. That's it. Try to explain it better. There we go. And then up here as well, you know, you don't want it to line up to that roof of that car. You want it to be above or below it. There we go. That's it. See? And then just go back and just keep doing your lines. They should be getting closer as they go back. And there's a way to do it so it's accurate. But I'm not worried about that right now. Just do the best you can. If you can fake it till you make it. And just fake it. Just knowing that it goes back. And then later when we do it mathematically with a square, because there's a way to do it. But we're just doing it really quick. We ain't got time for that. All right, so just these lines back here, they go back smaller and smaller, closer and closer. Way back here. Just doing a whole bunch. Definitely a lot more. They stopped drawing. I looked at the one we're copying, they actually just stopped drawing the lines. Keep it simple, student. My teacher would say, keep it simple. There it is. There's our sidewalks. Let's do the trees. We got a tree right in here. Let's just make sure it lines up to my vanishing point. Yeah, so these trees, I'm gonna just do it real quick. There it is. As a guide. We'll do the left and then we'll do the right. I'm just gonna do really quick. I'm gonna do just like these trees. I'm gonna drop them a little bit below my horizon line. Just going around the outside, around 1, 2, 3. There's a big one off. And then we've got our branch down here, the roots. There it is. The next tree, and it's really close to this edge. I don't have to draw a guideline because I can kind of see where it kind of goes. Really close to that edge as it comes up, and it's thinner, smaller as it goes back. And there's overlapping right here. There's overlapping. This tree is underneath that other tree. There it goes. And then my last tree over here, a little bit below the eye level. And there it is. And then the branch, or the trunk of the tree. There we go. Ta-da. There's shading and coloring and all kinds of stuff, and the clouds, the big cloud up here, straight at the bottom, and the curves at the top. That, man. Oh, I did it out of camera. All right, here we go. And this is the hard part. All right, so let's see. We're going to go from, let's go to front to back. So we'll do the closer building first. And really it's the square. Let's see. So we have this building here. I can see that it's going to come down. I'm going to have to bring it down all the way down to here. Let's say right here. So it's this square. This square is facing us. This goes horizontal, angles, horizontal, and then vertical, straight up and down. straight up and down, and it should go up that high because that's how high these buildings are. So I'm looking up here, up at the top. Maybe I should zoom out. Thank you for this art class. I loved it, and we'll be back next week. This part is a little too advanced for me, but I want to try them on my own time through the week. Good. Yeah, the videos will be up. The videos. Yeah, this is a little more technical, but it's simple. It's simple, but challenging. It's simple. I love perspective because it's simple, but it's hard. It's really hard. What's awesome, it's simple. It's like, okay, it's just that. But then your brain fights it. Your brain really fights perspective. It really fights it because your brain knows it's flat, but then it's so weird. It really is. When you conquer it, it's like, oh, I see. I know Kung Fu. It's definitely one of those moments. It's like epiphany. It's like this grand epiphany. You do kind of like get it. It's like, oh, perspective. I understand. Sensei, Daniel-san, take this pebble from my hand. All right, here we go. There we go. So yeah, this square, all these angles, simple angles. Look, this is just horizontal and vertical. This is the square that's facing us. And then this is the side of the building that's facing us. And then you have the side of the building that's facing the street, which is from this corner to the vanishing point. So that's our first building. Here we go from that corner. I can see the windows. They're not really all following that same. They're just throwing them in there. That's okay. It's believable. You see, they kind of have an idea, and that's all you need is just an idea to make it kind of believable. And then you need to, what are you going to do with this? What story do you want to tell? I mean, this is just technical stuff. Anyway, see, this comes down to that vanishing point. And then we get the thickness of the building. How wide do we want it? I want it to go there. You can see my other buildings underneath there. I want it to go there. And this is going to go straight down from this corner here, straight down. Bam. Yeah, we do start off simple and then we go on more. Feel free to join us at different times if you'd like. You don't, everybody joins us at the beginning and then stick it out. Yeah. We can get really technical with this, but yeah, there's these windows here. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. One in the middle. I don't know. 1 and then 2 above and 2 below. That's how I do it when I see 5. 1 in the middle, and then 2 above, and then 2 below. 2 below. Oh, this is a door below actually. 3, 4. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, cool. So there's a door below. Now with these windows, they're facing us because they're on this side that's facing us. So the angles, really simple. They're just straight up vertical and horizontal. So the angles are going up and across. See, with lines, with these, the lines should only be going with 1 point perspective in 3 different directions. They're either vertical, horizontal, or to the vanishing point. And most of the lines should be that way. Vertical, which is straight up and down. Horizontal, or to the vanishing point. Things are going away, then they're going to the vanishing point. The lines are going to the vanishing point. And that's basically, that's it. That's the crux of perspective. But once you understand that and you can do it, it's more than just knowing it. You have to you have to do it. It's like, okay, it's this great, it's this crazy, I don't know, cognitive dissonance. Using these big old words, cognitive dissonance. It's like, I don't know, it's crazy. Because then now here, these windows are going to the vanishing point. These are probably the tougher ones. So these are still vertical. I would probably do, I'm just going to fake it. These are the sides that are closer to us. I'm not going to get all technical. They get less technical. But this is the side that goes to us. That's all vertical. But you have 2 points that make a line, the top point and the bottom point. Now those go to the vanishing point. Those kind of go down to the vanishing point, right? And then you just draw the other side. And that gets you this angle here, see? This, the top and the bottom of this line goes to the vanishing point. It's going to be pretty straight. That to the vanishing point. And then you get that thickness. And then these are going up because they're above. It's going above our eye level. It's going up This is going up. This is going up. This is going up. And then, see, I'm just faking it. I'm just doing it really quick. Yeah, feel free to get technical. You can really get lost and with the detail, you can thicken up the frames, but all you're doing is following the simple rules, and your drawings are going to be like, whoa, you know, they can get mind blowing. All right, the top of this front is curved. It is curved like that. And actually would be further back. It does get smaller as it goes back. That's all technicality. So this is facing the street. This part is facing the street. And then just the top line going straight across, because this is facing us, but it's curving away. That, and then there's some kind of chimney on the top. I don't know. It's just a square chimney. Is it? Yeah, it's fitting on my page. All right. Oh, thank you. Have a good night. You're welcome, Kim. Thank you for joining us again. I recognize your name. Yes, yes, yes. Reminds me of that comedian. I'm really good with faces. All right. Yeah, let's finish this up. Oh, yeah. I think we might just call it a night. 8:49. Gracias por la. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Gracias por asistir, o I don't know, para estar con nosotros. Gracias por estar con nosotros. All right, here we go. That square that's facing us, that's this square straight across and then straight down. Straight down. I'm doing it freehand. And then once it hits this sidewalk, then it goes in. Then it goes in. Straight across. Okay, so all this is the square, which is vertical and horizontal only because it's facing us. There it is. And then you have the side that's going away from us. That thickness. And then this one is that line. This is also vertical. And there it is. This is the side of the street. And same thing with the windows. I'm just going to block them in real quick. There's 4, 2, 3, 4. And you can actually, I can actually even use, you see these lines that I've already kind of drawn. I'm kind of using them as guides. Like here, this, no, there's no door. There's no door, no way in, no way out. Yeah, but that angle is there. And these windows here would be facing us, so that horizontal and vertical. Yeah, the tough ones are the ones on the inside, because the tops and the bottoms have to go to the vanishing point. The sides are going up and down. The sides are going up and down, but the tops and the bottoms of these windows go to the vanishing point. And it gets smaller. So they follow those rules. Space pods. All right, and then the top is just a simple triangle. The triangle would be yeah, a little bit off center. Actually, it would be further back because it's bigger. Things that are bigger are closer, right? So it's actually off. To make it correct, it should be not off the middle. It should be a little further back. And then just straight across. This top is straight across because it's facing us. This is facing us, but it's going away from us. I mean, this is weird. Get technical. Oh. All right, let's, yeah, this is gonna be the last drawing for the night. It's 8:55, I think. Yeah, 8:55. All right, my sister's coming. She's coming. Oh, Ethereum is down. Bitcoin is down. What's going on? They're making a nice little flat. It's been flat. It's been kind of, actually did some of a comeback in the last month or so. Yeah, there's still people following it, like myself. So
I now have an art class. No, I now have an art question.
awesome.
How do you make that the buildings with the windows look like they're facing the street? Mine
Okay.
look like they're facing me.
Okay, so it's probably the tops and the bottoms, right? The top has to go to the vanishing point. The top has to go to the vanishing point, just like that. And the bottom,
Oh,
yes,
got it.
yes. The sides are up and straight up and down, and the tops and the bottoms go to the vanishing point. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. See, does that? Oh my gosh, that's it. You hit epiphany. You light bulb. It's simple but hard. It's like, but once you get it, it's like, whoa. And then you still have to fight it. You still have to fight it. Wait a minute. Your brain.
I also understand the concept of making a souffle. Doesn't mean I can do it.
Well, it takes practice. You got to burn some, I'm sure, or whatever you do with a souffle. Until you get it like, okay, this is, you gotta
Actually, I only made a souffle once and it did turn out pretty good.
oh, there you go.
It was a cheese souffle. My sister and I made it, and then we decided, why don't we just make scrambled eggs with cheese?
Scrambled eggs with cheese, please. Nice. All right, let's go with our last building. All right, so it's I'm gonna do it on that line up there. Here's that the square that's facing us. So this is a straight vertical, straight up and down. I'm doing it freehand, and then this is going across horizontal, and then this going horizontal. And there's space between these buildings. This is the space between the buildings. You can see the space, and it comes down, touches that sidewalk. That's that rectangle. And there's three. This is simple. 3 little rectangles for the windows. This is almost like a commercial building. The other ones were like residential. This looks more like a commercial building. And these lines are vertical and horizontal, straight up and straight across. Let me see. There's a land that's somebody doing a landscaping to their house, and he goes, the landscaper couldn't do his house because his house was portrait. Couldn't do it landscape because it was portrait. That one's really it's a really odd joke. You kind of have to understand like Photoshop, the landscape and portrait. But yeah. The other thing was, the other joke that I heard that was really funny, it had to do with size. And the comedian goes, yeah, when I realized that things were bigger when they get closer, right? He understood size. And when he first realized it, he remembered the first time he realized it, he was playing Frisbee, and he noticed that the Frisbee, was small from far away, and it got bigger and bigger, and then it hit him. Perspective, it gets bigger as it gets closer. Then it hit him. That's he said it better. My timing is off, but you get the joke, I hope.
No, your jokes are great. You just can't hear us laughing because we have the mutes on.
Okay, I'm laughing right here. That's funny. I used to laugh really quietly, and I go, why aren't you laughing? I am laughing. That's funny. I thought things were funny, but I was like, because I'm such an introvert, I would laugh internally. All right, so this is a big window, makes it really simple. You just get the top and the bottom. The sides are vertical. And then the bottom. Yeah. The bottoms and the tops. That's it. And then we got the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Right in there. Oh, we had in the night sky, Jupiter and what was it, Saturn? I don't know, last night. Really bright in the sky. All right, the last cloud. It's flat at the bottom, horizontal. And then, yeah, we got the little bubbles on the top, big bubbles, small bubbles, and there we go. Bam, there's our clouds. All right, ooh, not too bad, not too shabby. Thank you for joining us. I don't know, any questions? I'll stick around for a little bit. I don't know, I don't know, should we draw one really quick? I can draw really fast, but I don't know. I feel like I don't want to lose anybody.
You did say you were going to
Midnight.
give people the chance to show their Marvin the Martians and other
Okay,
things.
sounds good. Let's do that. Thank you. I got a secretary. I love it. All right, cool. If you want to share, I'd like to share. We don't have too many people left. We got 7 people hanging in there. Hardcore heroes. If you'd like to share, that's fine. If not, that's okay. We'll call it a night. Righty.
We should have shared before Pearl left. She always shares. She always has
Yes,
twice as many as
yes.
anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joshua, yeah, I haven't seen his stuff in some time. I like to
Yeah.
see his
Yeah,
drawing.
he posted his thing last week. All right, I don't see any hands. I can show. Oh man, I have all these drawings. I don't have my drawings here. All right, I guess, let me stop the recording. Stop recording.